going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back finally on the H2R. The video you guys have been requesting for probably like a month, ever since I got the Super Veloce. And I know I've been posting the Super Veloce a lot, but obviously it's a new bike, so you know I gotta ride in all that. But I'll tell you guys why I don't ride my new H2R anymore. I completely lost that train of thought from the cop hiding right there, because I never see them hide where they're hiding right now. So I'm like, what the hell is that? I was saying that, you know, wanted to take this thing out just for a little bit, stretch its legs, maybe. But for the most part, just so I can talk about why I haven't been riding it, since all of you guys have been requesting it so often. We have a few videos coming up with the H2R, obviously, like the one I'm filming right now, but also we have a big event happening very soon, and I plan on taking the H2R, not the Super Veloce. I don't know why you guys are so harsh on the new bike, man. I think it looks sick, it's very pretty, it's actually road legal, unlike this guy, track bike over here. I've just been enjoying it because it's like my only hyper bike, and it's also the newest bike that I can just enjoy without worrying about, you know, the only track bike aspect of things. The HP4 race as well. But it is cold weather, so you know, H2R type of weather, or technically both the track bikes. Maybe not the HP4 race, just because I can't take that anywhere because of the kickstand situation. Surprisingly, that whole kickstand issue is way worse than not having fans on a bike. Also, this is like finally going back to GP shift from the regular shifting of the Super Veloce. Oh, there's quite the dead spot in the throttle of my H2R. I think I've talked about that previously when I've ridden the H2 and the H2R back to back. Because the H2, I don't have this wiggle room where there's pretty much like no throttle at all. It's just dead space, which feels a little weird now that I'm back on it. But man, this bike still surprised me for being by far my fastest, most powerful bike. It's pretty like chill when I don't want to go crazy. And it's probably heavily due because of current setup I have on it, the top speed setup. If you guys missed the old videos, then you know we've changed the gearing and a bunch of stuff for this thing to make it more of a top speed bike versus a torque bike, since this bike already has plenty of torque, you know. Do a little baby pull. Tires still feel pretty cold. It is officially winter. I've made in the past few videos, I've told you that it's freezing now, so I hate riding in the cold, man. It's one of my least favorite things. But we are blessed that we can ride all year round. So I know all the people that have put away their bikes because it's snowing and whatnot. I get it. We're blessed that we can still ride. But still, it's not as fun as when you're riding, you know, in summer and warmth and all that. I bet the bike likes it though. Look at this thing. It's running in the 140s, 149. So yeah, the H2R is definitely loving it. Oh, I just noticed that almost from that little pull, my garage key almost went flying in my pocket. Oh, of course I need gas. The H2 and the H2R, every time I hop on them, I need gas. We just started the ride. Yeah, I think the throttle is the main thing that I'm kind of like tripping out about, because even not only getting on the throttle, but like decel is also a little more abrupt because of this kind of like weird play, because I feel like I'd have more room, but no, it just cuts out because of that little dead space in the throttle. Also, let me know down in the comments below if you guys notice a difference in quality. I am using my old DJI Action 4 actually, because the new one, I think I broke the mic or something on the new camera, so you guys have seen that sometimes it randomly does horrible audio, so I'm using the old camera. thing is such a missile, man. It still blows my mind. I just got yeeted in the back of the seat. I forgot how aggressive it is, and I was like babying it. I wasn't like full sending it until we hit like 4th gear or something like that, where I actually opened up the throttle. I also forgot that I have no gas, so we can't be doing too much. And also, this is just a chill ride. I'm just getting carried away because it's an H2R. You can't, it's so hard to like stay chill on this bike. Even though it's a very smooth bike when you're, you know, not trying to go crazy on it, but it's so hard not to go crazy on such a bike when you have pretty much over 350 horsepower between your legs. Casual 6th gear pull, even with a gearing change. You guys see how crazy this thing is. And that's also one of the reasons why I did the gearing change, not just to get those crazy top speeds, but also just because the bike already has so much horsepower, and since I don't plan on stretching my bikes, because I just don't like the way they look when they're stretched and the way they feel, I feel like the gearing change is just the most optimal solution, and it's better for top speed runs. So it's a win-win. Oh, I miss GP shift, man. So much better than regular shifting. If you haven't tried it, you guys should. And also this butter smooth quick shifter. I've talked good things about the Super Veloce, but like where it feels more mechanical and a little more raw. But this is just refined and raw at the same time, the H2R. Because the H2 is just pure raw. Because if you guys don't know, my H2 is like the first gen. It's literally right when it first came out, 2015, and this is pretty much as new as it gets when it comes to the H2 H2R vehicles categories, because they're the 2020 plus, which is when they got updated the most, I believe. So yeah, we've talked about it in one of the videos where apparently there might be the new H2Rs, I want to say. In 2025, I heard rumors that there's going to be new ones. So I don't know how true that is, but I can't even talk, man. I don't even know where I'm going. I just get on this bike and all I want to do is just twist the throttle. So yeah, if the 2025s are actually refreshed and they're updated and all that, then you guys know I'm gonna not only want these, I'm gonna need these, because I mean this is my thing. It's like my favorite motorcycles, so obviously I would definitely want to get those. Honestly, I have no idea where I'm going right now. I'm lost in the sauce. I just hopped on the bike, I'm like, let's go. I do need to get gas, so wherever the nearest gas station is, I need to find and get gas. Tires feel better now, got some heat into them. Such an aggressive bike, man. I love it. I love this thing. Still my favorite bike. So if you guys were asking me, I feel like in person, do you like the Super Veloce better than this? I mean, come on now, guys. If you know, you should know. This is my all-time dream bike. This is the Halo bike for me. So this will always be my favorite bike. I don't care what other bike I get in the future, or, you know, other bikes I already have. This is my favorite bike. So now that that's settled, let's talk about why I'm actually not riding this thing as much. First and foremost, it's winter time. If you guys don't know, there's like the daylight saving stuff. I know some countries or some states don't even have that apparently. I don't know, it's confusing. I don't even understand the point of it, but pretty much sunset sets an hour earlier now with the daylight saving. So sunset is at like 4:30. If you guys, it might look like sunset right now, but it's literally a little bit past 4, which is absolutely ridiculous. I hate it because, I mean, I love night rides, don't get me wrong, but for filming and especially riding these track bikes, it's not very optimal, obviously. That's a big trailer for one little Ninja something, 500 maybe? I don't even know what that is. Okay, I know. The bike is yelling at me because it needs fuel. I also don't like how it doesn't have a fuel trip. Like, the least you can do is add a fuel trip if you don't have a fuel gauge. But yeah, so the first thing is that it's winter time. which means sun sets a lot earlier. If you guys don't know, this and the H2R race are track bikes, which means they don't have headlights. And no, I'm not gonna ghetto rig some weird bulb in the front, which is gonna make it look absolutely ridiculous. I'm not doing that to this bike. Fans, yes, I told you guys after this winter I'm gonna buy the fans and install them on this thing, even though I don't really want to, because I don't know, it looks cooler without the fans. You can see right through like the radiator and like the headers and all that. It just feels like cooler, and I mean, it's not really much weight added with the fans, so it's not gonna affect the weight as much if you're talking about this aspect. But just overall, I'm not gonna do anything where it's gonna take away from it being an H2R. I don't want to do like a street legal conversion kit or whatever you guys want to call it. This is an H2R. I want to keep it as an H2R. Have the H2 for other stuff. But yeah, so main thing is that it's dark, it's sunset. But then you guys are gonna be like, okay, well, why don't you take the H2? Well, I've done, I don't even know, probably hundreds of videos on the H2 at this point on the channel. So if you're new here, go check them out. Like, you know, I have a ton of car meets and all type of stuff. I know you guys' favorite are the car meets, but you know, every once in a while we get a new bike and I want to ride it. And it's not always that I get a new bike that has like a literally brand new, such as the Super Veloce Oro, obviously since it was the first one in California. But because it is literally the first one and it's brand new, as you guys saw, it has like 3 miles on the dash when I picked it up, which is the factory break-in miles. I have to put in braking miles on it, and that's mainly why I've been riding that bike the most and neglecting the rest of my bikes. That being said, even though these are my favorite bikes and I want to ride them, you know, I want to break in that bike so I can actually ride the Super Veloce, because up until pretty much even right now, because it's not even broken in yet, I'm just babying the bike. Maybe we did a few like crazy pulls with the Valkyrie. I'll put a couple clips in here for you guys. You guys should go check out that full video, because that was just insanity. I mean, it's not every day you get a chance to... Hold on, I'm trying to check the temperature because I'm supposed to be getting off here. Man, the traffic is crazy. That's the other thing. I feel like unless I ride like really early now, then it's pretty much going to be like sunset and rush hour, like right away. I have to ride it like in the mornings, which there's not really much going on in the mornings, and I'm a night owl, so I don't really go out as much. But also, let's take a second to appreciate this beautiful sunset. I did want to go somewhere to park the bike and look at it and talk to you guys a little bit, but we don't have much time because I didn't know the sunset was setting as fast. So we're just gonna get gas and take another kind of a scenic route, because if you guys remember, not too long ago we did an unplanned night ride on the HP4 Race, which is another track bike, and yeah, it was pitch black, so I wasn't really worried about me not seeing in pitch black. Obviously, like if there's something on the road, I probably wouldn't be able to see it going fast, but the main issue is that cars can't really see you at all when you don't have lights. This thing is so raw. It feels, I don't know, different, like the sound of it, everything. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I was complaining about how the Super Veloce has such an aggressive seating position. This actually has a pretty aggressive seating position too, which I didn't think it had. I thought it was like a lot more comfortable. Maybe I misjudged the Super Veloce, but I think with this bike it's just like it's all that extra power and how like kind of aggressive the throttle is that makes it feel like more engaging. You have to actually ride the bike all the time, and you can't just cruise as much on it unless you're just going on a freeway and you keep it in 6th gear. I feel like that's the only time. Let me do this real quick. Since it's getting dark, remove that ND filter so you guys stop complaining about it being dark. Yeah, the sky is so sick. So yeah, as I said, the main thing is that there's no headlight with this thing. That's why I haven't been riding it as much, because I feel like a lot of the rides we've been doing are either at night or we've been doing some travel stuff, such as, you know, when we took my Fireblade to Arizona or when we took the Super Veloce to Vegas. I feel like, you know, a lot of that stuff is just not... An H2R is not something I want to take these things, this bike to, just because there's a lot going on, and with the fan situation and all that stuff, it's just a little bit too much. Like right now, we're sitting at this one light and it's already at 200, and it's getting a lot hotter, so yeah, I definitely took the wrong route. We need to turn off the bike ASAP at this pump right here. 206, okay, that's not too bad.
This thing's so loud. It's a cool one. It's so quiet now after I turned off this thing. This bike is so obnoxious. Nice. That's a cool Mustang. Now she's full and ready for the next event, which is this weekend. Wait. Gotta get a little pic for the gram. This thing looks so sick. But yeah, the bike is a little shaky. I am assuming it is because of the flat spots, since all my bikes have been sitting for such a long time. But it's at 217, so I might just walk her over there to get out of the way, and we'll just stop here for a second, chat until this thing cools down. So this is the H2R stuff, that because unless I can hop right on the freeway somewhere, this thing is gonna overheat. Actually, it looks sick under this light. Look at those pipes, man. Look at the color. Might have to take a couple more IG videos here of this thing. I think I'm getting all these flat spots, which I found a solution. Obviously, you guys, I want to move to a bigger place, but you know, prices are expensive, and I keep buying bikes. I need to stop buying bikes if I want to move to a bigger place. And so I found a little solution. There's these like floor mats that I'll probably, you guys will see eventually, that I recently bought. I didn't know floor mats for the garage cost so much money, but yeah, I bought a bunch of those, and hopefully apparently those will help reduce the flat spots. So that's a little something for you guys to learn, because apparently a big reason why the flat spots happen is because obviously the floor is flat, but the concrete sucks the moisture. That sounds so wrong, but that's what's happening. It sucks the moisture out of the tires, and that's why they get hard, and they get these like hard flat spots, which is, I thought, why my V4R was having this kind of like wobble issue, but this has it a little bit now too. Usually bikes that sit for a while, I feel a little bit, but they kind of go away in high speeds. I don't feel them as much. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing, but hopefully these floor mats are going to help. And plus they're kind of grooved, so like the tire isn't sitting like flush on concrete. Also, I realized, yeah, we need to wait for this to cool down, but also we're losing sunlight, so that's another problem that we have. But yeah, another thing is that I actually have a few more mods I need to put on this, but as you guys know, Mikey has been super busy since he works all the way in LA, which is about, wow, that was the Raptor. That sounded decent. Which is about an hour from where I live, so you know, they're not major parts. But I also forgot that we actually have rotors for this thing. So we still have front rotors for this thing. And we also have the rear reservoir, and we have some more titanium bolts for this thing. So it's little stuff here and there, nothing major. The next big mods might be power mods, just so we can increase that 226 mile per hour top speed on a closed course done by trained professionals. Do not attempt it at home. I feel like I'm a walking ad at this point. Walking disclaimer, I should say. But yeah, so obviously main reason, sunset, bike overheating, track bike. I can only take it to nice events. The Super Veloce is my only hyper bike that is road legal, and I can just ride around everywhere and can have fun, and it still looks exotic and sounds cool, and it's very underrated. This bike, the Super Veloce, needs to grow on you guys, because it's a really sick bike, and if you guys see it and can experience it in person, it's different, you know what I mean? This is obviously the legend bike, but I feel like, you know, you gotta appreciate some of the new bikes when they're actually made really well. This is all about performance, looks. Obviously it's my dream favorite bike, but still, as this being my favorite bike, I'm telling you guys, the Super Veloce is really like a sick bike, or else I wouldn't be enjoying it for a whole month and making content with it for a whole month. There's no company or amount of money someone can pay me to fake enjoying riding a motorcycle. I don't care, personally, you know. I do this because I love it. So I'm genuinely enjoying the Super Veloce 1000, so I just wanted all the H2 and H2R fans, I know you guys love this, but that bike is actually really sick, and I think it'll grow on a lot of people over time, especially when I break it in, get those titanium headers, fully straight piped. It's going to sound sick, look sick, and when I finish modifying it, because obviously we've put tens of thousands of dollars into this to make it look like what it is right now, which is way better than what it was stock. Even though it was almost perfect stock, there's a ton of room for improvements. And for the Super Veloce, I feel like there's even more room for improvements. I want to get a couple more shots and then we'll go back on the ride. Let's hop on this beauty. Forged carbon wheels. I also wanted to ask you guys, those that are watching this video, I didn't want to announce it, or maybe I did talk about it. I don't know. I don't even remember. I'm making too many videos right now. But I want to get those exact same wheels, forged carbon and twill, the mixture in red for the Super Veloce. I do love the OEM wheels. They look very unique, the gold with the red accents and everything. But I feel like forged carbon wheels, since that bike is pretty much forged carbon fiber from factory, you know, that's a really cool thing. So that's why I'm like, that might be a really neat thing, but also these are pretty expensive. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. Okay, let's get on this thing. What's the temperature at now? 203. Okay, let's ride before it's completely pitch black. Good thing I took off the ND filter. No time to waste. As soon as engine is on, gotta go. Oh man, we just missed the green light. Okay. That's weird. It was at 203 and now it cooled down. See, this intake on this thing is insane. It got down to 185, 183 now. That's actually wild. It cooled down so much from that, like, literally, what, 2 seconds just being on the road, because the whole front is just completely sucking all that air directly to the supercharger, helping this thing cool down. Way better than the HP4 Race. The HP4 Race is a true track bike, which I didn't know I was getting myself into that much trouble. Another track bike that I really, really want is the X-Trenta. The purple X-Trenta, not the new Extrema or whatever, the black one. I think that one is, I don't know, not really as pretty, because I love the aesthetics of the bikes, you guys know. So it gotta look pretty and then be fast too. And plus, especially that the X-Trenta and the Extrema are pretty much the same engine, there's no point for it to be 30k more just because it has more MotoGP technology or whatever it was, because I'm not in MotoGP, so what's the point? I get it that, you know, it's cool to experience, but for an extra $30,000, which is a price of a Fireblade, I don't think it's worth it. And as I said, the X-Trenta I think looks cooler, which is the purple Aprilia, by the way. Maybe I'll put a picture right here for you guys. And I've had the idea of, oh my god, we're gonna be the last light. The idea of trading my MV Agusta Rush in maybe the Fireblade 2 for the X-Trenta. And I say both because, you know, my MV Agusta is probably about $50,000 and the Fireblade is about 30, but realistically what I'm going to be getting for them is not the full price that I paid for them, because unfortunately bikes almost always depreciate. So if you're looking to get bikes as an investment, there's only very, very few bikes that hold their value, not even appreciate. So yeah, realistically I might be able to get like maybe 35, 40 for my MV Agusta, even with the tens of thousands of dollars I spent in modifying it, and maybe like another 25 for the Fireblade, and that combined will put me at like, I want to say, I don't know if my math is up to par right now, but like about 60k, and the X-Trenta is a $70,000 bike with after taxes, fees, blah blah blah. It's going to be about $80,000 bike, so I'll be like 20k out of pocket. So what do you guys think? The Rush and the Fireblade, and I love the Fireblade. I don't plan on doing that. I'm just saying maybe, just because the X-Trenta is so expensive. And if I do get rid of the Fireblade one day when I do move, I will definitely get another one, because I do love that bike a lot. It's just, you know, I like the exotic exclusive bikes a little bit better, such as the X-Trenta. And technically the X-Trenta is the most rare one. There's only 100 made, besides the H2R obviously. As far as I know, there's only 30 of those, or about like 30 something ever sold, so H2Rs. But you know, with the Extrenta, you can actually install a kickstand, because it doesn't come with one, but you can install a kickstand, fans, and all that, all those goodies, so I can actually enjoy it a little bit more. Yeah, I'll be struggling with the whole riding at night, but that's why I have other bikes for that. Okay, now it's officially dark. The sun set like real quick, so we got them up a little bit to get back home. But yeah, the main topic of this video is what we talked about. Oh, it was already neutral? What? When did I do that? Is, like I said, why I haven't been riding this, and it's honestly for those reasons. You know, this is a very crazy exclusive bike. I only want to take it to, oh, that's a sick STO, to events in rides that are worth it. This is not one of them, but you guys have been wanting to see this bike on the road very bad, so I decided to take it out, you know, because I also do miss riding it, I'm not gonna lie, but also make this video for you guys explaining why I haven't been riding it.
Great, now we're riding the H2R at night. I know. The guy's like, yo, you don't have lights. This is a perfect example of why I can't ride with no headlights, obviously. That car did not see me at all. Full on ghost mode right now. Please don't tell me I missed the exit, because if I did, this is really bad. I think I did. Oh no, we're good, we're good. I can't see as good right now, so we're taking it extra slow on the turns in case there's debris and stuff. See? This car did not see me at all. Don't do what I do, kids. Do not attempt this. I know. Do not ride your shock bike at night. This was obviously unplanned. The sunset is crazy, man. I don't know who's gonna set that early. That was a short ride. But anyways, we talked about why I haven't been riding the H2R, and I've also told you guys that I do have a video coming out very soon, taking this thing to another event, because this is you guys' favorite, and it should be a fun event too. And I'm also have one of the boys ride the new Super Veloce if Mr. MB is down, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe. We finally took the H2R out. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. The last point why I don't ride this thing as much, because if you guys don't remember, this bike requires an engine rebuild after 10 or 15 hours of operating time, which I don't even know how long that is, but apparently it should notify me when it's time to do that install or repair job. That's this bike. Oh, that sunset is so cool. What is that smoke over there? But yeah, that was the last thing of why I don't ride this thing as much. But soon, hopefully, we'll ride it maybe a little bit more for certain events that are coming up. And then we'll probably go back to Super Veloce, since we're finally going to break it in and enjoy it a little bit more. And then I'll show the rest of my collection some love, because I do love them all. Alright, you guys. Peace out and ride safe.